Hi, so today we're going to be reading Mark chapter 2. A few days later, when Jesus entered Capernaum, the people heard that he had come home. They gathered in such large numbers that there was no room, not even outside the door, and he preached the word to them. Some men came bringing to him a paralyzed man carried by 4 of them. Since they could not get him in to Jesus because of the crowd, they made an opening in the roof above Jesus, digging through it, and then lowered the mat, and the man was lying on. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralyzed man, "Your son, your sins are forgiven." Now some of the teachers of the law were sitting there thinking to themselves, "Why does this fellow talk like that? He is blaspheming. Only who can forgive sins but God alone?" Jesus immediately Jesus knew in his spirit that this is what they were thinking in their hearts, and he said to them, "Why are you thinking these things? Which is easier to say to this paralyzed man, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or to say, 'Get up and take your mat and walk'? But I want you to know that the Son of Man has authority enough to forgive sins." So he said to the man, "I tell you, get up and take your mat and go home." He got up and took his mat and walked out in full view of them all. This amazed everyone, and they praised God, saying, "We have never seen anything like this." Once again, Jesus went out beside the lake, and large crowds called to him. He began to teach them. As he walked by, he saw Levi, son of Alphaeus, at the tax collector's booth. I think that might be Matthew, but I'm not sure. "Follow me," Jesus told him, and Levi got up and followed him. While Jesus was having dinner at Levi's house, many tax collectors and sinners were eating with him and his disciples, for there were many who followed him. When the teachers of the law, who were Pharisees, saw him eating with sinners and tax collectors, they asked his disciples, "Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners?" On hearing this, Jesus said to them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the ill. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." John's disciples and the Pharisees were fasting. Some people came to Jesus. "How is it that John's disciples and the disciples of the Pharisees are fasting, but yours are not?" Jesus answered, "How can the bridegroom fast while he is with them? They cannot so long that they have him with him. But the time will come when the bridegroom will be taken from them, and on that day they will fast. No one sews a patch of unshrunken cloth on an old garment, otherwise the new piece will pull away, and the old making the tear worse. And no one pours new wine into old wineskins, otherwise the wine will burst, and the skins and both the wine will pour, and the wineskins will be ruined. No, they pour new into the new wineskins." One Sabbath, Jesus was going through the cornfields, and as his disciples walked along, they picked up some ears of corn. The Pharisees said to him, "Look, why are they doing what is unlawful on the Sabbath?" He answered, "Have you ever read what David did when he and his companions were hungry and in need? In the days of Abiathar the high priest, he entered the house of God and ate the consecrated bread, which is lawful for only the priest to eat. He also gave some to his companions. Then he said, the Sabbath was made for man, and not man for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is the Lord even off the Sabbath. Thank you for watching, and bye.